All right, Nova learners, I hope you have, you know, I hope you have done your assignment and you have submitted it. As I have said, you should have by now you should have created your own big banner. You know, the last couple of lectures, they have been detailed enough for you to understand how the entire Elementor interface works. So, and by now, I expect you to have done these assignments. If by now you've not done that assignment, you've not used your two hands to create something, you are not doing well. And I don't want you to continue with this lecture. I want you to create this banner first before you continue with this lecture. Because if you are just watching and you say, okay, I think I understand, trust me, you don't. Trust me, you don't understand. Until you do with your hand, that is when you will, know genuinely that you understand and you can do. Right? We are here to learn a hands-on skill. And there is no way you can learn a hands-on skill without actually practicing. So please, do your assignment, take a screenshot, and I want you to send it to the community. Do you understand? Aha. So that being said, we need to continue. So from here, this is where we are right now, right? This is where we are right now. And we want to create this particular section, but there's something unique about this section, and I want you to look at it. There is an heading, which we can use, just our normal heading text. There is, normal text widget here, and there is, all these three columns right here. 1, 2, 3. Now, I don't want this to be confusing to you, but I really, really want you to, follow me. I'm going to introduce the concept of inner section to you. See this inner section. I'm going to tell you how we can use it, and this is a perfect example of where we can use it. Now, what you would have thought is that we are going to use a 3-column section for this, which you are not wrong. All right, if we come over here and we choose 3-column section, we have 3 columns and we can start working with it. But we have this header too that we have to put somewhere, and this header is kind of spanning over something that looks like a single column section. So one alternative we could do is click on this, create a single column section. Do you understand? Drag in an header 1 and drag in a text editor 2, and this header we can centralize it, right? We can make it Y Touch Link. That's what we have here, Y Touch Link, right? Touch Link is the name of the company, right? So we can make that black. We can make this Poppins. Poppins is the font that we've been using. We can make these Poppins, and we can make these maybe 30 is okay, 60 semi-bold is okay, right? And this particular one too, we can reduce the text, right? And we can centralize it as well, and we can make it Poppins as well. We can make it Poppins as well. Good. Very good. So we've already created this particular one. Do you understand? So what we can now do, can you see this one is kind of like a single column section kind of thing? We can now add a 3-column section behind it, and we can now start building out this 1, 2, 3. Do you understand now? That is straightforward enough, and that is beautiful. Do you understand? But this is actually kind of needless, right? This other brand new column that we put is needless. What we can do is to use inner section. This is a big mother section. All right, to create a big mother section, the big mother section, we can use this. But there is another one which behaves just like a section, but it's an inner section. Inner section means a section that I can impute inside another section. This is the mother section, right? The mother section has a column. Do you understand? Normal thing. And it is inside that column that we put elements, right? But I can come over here and drag in an inner section inside the mother section. Do you understand? Can you see this inner section only has this? It does not have this plus button. Does not have this plus button. That's one of the major difference between the big section and the second section. So, but this inner section lives inside this other bigger section. Do you understand? Is one of the features that Elementor gives us, so that we can have sections inside sections. So I can give this one an extra. I can just come over here. We have 2 columns by default. This one has its own column too, so I can give this one an extra column. I can just, you know, left click on it, and I can click on add new column. And adding new column here, I now have 3 column section inside of here. I hope you understand that. Straightforward enough. And this one is too close to the top, right? You know, we need to space out our design so that it will look good. If your design is jumbled together, it's not really good. So you can click on this particular section, the model section in this case. Click on the model section, come over to advanced, right? And I want you to give it a padding, all right, not margin in this sense. Sorry, we can do margin actually. Let's do margin. Let's give it a margin of 80. We want to push this down by 80. Do you understand? I hope you understand the difference between margin and padding. I don't think I've explained that. So margin will push the section from, you know, it will push the sections apart. Do you understand? Margin will push the element apart. But padding, if I should give this a padding, you know, it will give room from inside of it. If I give it a margin, a padding of 20, can you see the content inside the section itself is the one that is, you know, being pushed down. This one is giving it room from the top of it. I hope you understand that. I'm still going to explain that better in the future when we have need, but just know that I'm giving it a margin top of 80 so that we're going to have room to breathe. Like here, you know, there's a room to breathe here. Very good. So from here, what we need is icon box. We need an icon by the side. We need, you know, heading and some text here. So we need an icon box. Just search for icon box, right? Drag in an icon box, drag it here. Good. So this icon box, it has, you know, you can choose an icon. You can click on icon library, and there are so many icons to choose from here. So many icons to choose from. But we need a box icon. Come over here and search for box. Box. So this is an open box. Select it, insert, right? And we want, you can mess with the icon view. Under this icon view, if you want it to be stacked like this, if you want it to be framed like this, if you want it to be circle or square in that sense, but here we want it to be circle, and by God's grace we want it to be, you know, default without any stack and all that. So the heading is going to be pick up and delivery, and then the text is going to be, you know, this, not too long of a text. I don't know, you know, maybe we'll bring it back. All right, so what we can do here is we want the icon to come to the side, scroll up, and you're going to see icon position. Click on left. Can you see? Good. And let's come to style. Under style, we can do the color. The color of the icon is going to be red. All right, it's going to be red. No, but not just any red. It's the red that we created then, remember? So we can come to our color picker, pick the color of this red. All right, and come over here. Let's copy the color of that red and come over here and put that color here. But here's the thing, we already have that color here, right? I don't want us to keep on, you know, doing that over and over again. We can just click on, this is the color that we are using, and we know that we are still going to use this color many more times in this design. So what we can just do is to click on here, that the color is already imputed here. Just click on plus. Click on this plus to save it as a global color. Just click on plus and call it site, you know, main red. Site main red color, and go ahead and create. So you've already created it, you've saved it. So when you need it next time, instead of clicking, you can just click on this, you know, this ball icon, and you can see site main red. It's part of the saved color. You can just choose it. Do you understand? Good. So click on here. Sorry, let's go to content. Under content, I want us to change this color to black, right? This to poppins. Poppins. Do you understand? You can change this to poppins, and you can change the size to maybe, I don't know, 16. 16 is okay. And yeah, we can get out of here. The description, You can change the description to Poppins. Do you understand? All right, change it to Poppins as well, and you can reduce the size to maybe like 14, or 14 is too much, maybe like 13. Sorry, maybe like 13. Very good. So maybe we want to reduce the text. Instead of having so much text, we can reduce the text. All right, maybe bring it back, and maybe reduce the text a little bit. Good. And we are not done, because you can see how this looks. There's some space between the icon and the the general text here. So you might want to, the icon is not that big, it's not this big. You might want to increase the spacing between them, increase the spacing, spacing, under spacing. The size, you might want to reduce the size of the icon. You might want to reduce the size of the icon. And the spacing between the content, this pickup delivery and this content is too wide. Come over here to content and spacing. Can you see spacing? So you can mess with the spacing. You can mess with the spacing a little bit, and then you can mess with this spacing a little bit, and that's perfect. Can you see? I think it's looking quite good. I think it's looking quite good. All right, and I think what we can do is to come over here and add more text. Lorem ipsum. Very good. Can you see? Now it's looking like what we have here. Very good. So the next thing we can do, because we have this and we have this, we have this, we have this, we have this, we have this. But here is the beautiful thing. We already took our time to create this. So we don't need to recreate the same thing. We don't need to, where did it go? Oh, sorry. Just click on Ctrl Z to, to replace it. Now, we already created this, so we don't need to do this all over again. We don't need to do this all over again, right? We don't need to come over here and search another icon box, right? And search another icon box and bring it and do the same thing. No, we don't need to do that. So what we can do is just take this one, left click on it, and simply duplicate. So as we duplicate it, we have it, because it's actually the same design. We just need to change the icon, and we just need to change the content. So we can just duplicate this. So it gets really simple from here, right? So from here, we can just change, we can just change this to clock. We can just change this to clock and change this to 24 hours delivery. 24 hours delivery now. Oh, 24/7 availability. 24/7 availability. Sure, you see that. So just go ahead and click on save. But then we need space between this one and this one. Do you understand? There are some spaces between them. So we can come over here to the top one here, and give it margin bottom. All right, so come over here and unlink the value and give this third one. Can you see this one? I'm going to the settings panel of this one here, icon box, and I'm giving it margin bottom of, let's say, 30 to push it down, or maybe 40. Beautiful. Can you see? I already pushed it down by 40. So awesome. What I just need to do is to duplicate all this. Now this is where it even gets more interesting, right? This is where it gets more interesting. I want you to stay with me. Now, instead of actually copying this over to this, copying this over to this, I can just copy this and paste it here, and click on paste, and copy this one too, and click on paste. All right, and click on paste here. Right, I can do that, and I can do that here too. But instead of even doing that, I'm not going to do that. Let me delete this. So this is even easier to do. I could just go over to this particular column. Can you see this particular column that has them? I can click on this column. Can you see this column icon here? Click on this column. So I'm messing with this column here that has them. There are some other columns here that I have not, I've not created. This column 1, column 2. I've not put any content in this. So I can just go ahead and duplicate this column 1 and duplicate this column again 2. Do you understand? Now I have these other columns that are empty. I don't have any use for them. I can click on them and delete it. I can click on this one too and delete it. Do you understand? So I can just come over here and edit this one, you know, this location, whatever, citywide delivery. All right, let's say location. All right, citywide delivery. Citywide delivery, and I can do this one too. This one is flexible payments option. I can do card. Okay, credit card. All right, flexible payments. Flexible payments options. Right, do you see that? Beautiful. And the last one, skilled bikers, tested and trusted. So I can look for bike. So look for bike. So skilled bikers, and the last one, tested and trusted. Maybe thumb. Okay, thumbs up. Tested and trusted. Tested and trusted. Can you see how easy that is? All right, just update your changes, and we are done. We are done with this section. Look at that. We are done. We are so done with this section. Do you understand? We are so done with this section. So, but I want us to put padding top and padding. So instead of a hair, now let's do this. So we can come over here, and instead of having margin, I want you to remove the margin and change it to padding. Change it to padding 80. Can you see? So because I want to make a point. Let's say, okay, let's change it. I want to make a point now so that you understand something. Let's say we have this, and I have the background. Let's set the background of this place to be red. You know, let's send it to be this. Can you see? This is the jurisdiction of this particular section. When I'm using, you know, it is just this margin that is pushing. I'm pushing this entire section away from, you know, this particular section that is on top. That is margin. That is the concept of margin. And if I put margin bottom to be 80, right? Let's say I have another section over here. Let's say I have another section over here that is perhaps, let's set it to black. All right, sorry, I want to make a point so that you understand, and you understand this forever, right? And I want to set this to, I want to give it the minimum height. Okay, so this is another section. Now the space between this section and this section, can you see? It is given by margin. That is margin. Do you understand? That is margin, right? So if I should remove this margin, and I should remove this margin, can you see they collapse together? If I change it to padding 80, you now see the difference. Padding is, if I put padding on this, it is, you know, it is giving padding to its own content, the content inside of it. It's not as if it is shifting it away from its neighboring sections. All right, if I should give it a margin of 80, can you see the difference? It is shifting it away from its, you know, neighboring sections, but padding is giving, you know, it is like an inside kind of thing. It is giving it, you know, it is giving it spacing in inside of its own. Do you understand? So you just have to, you know the ones that don't know, the one that you want to use, and the one that is okay for the particular you know, implementation you want to do at that particular time. So but for now, I think I want to use padding. All right, I'm going to remove this, and I'm going to, you know, remove this, and I'm going to, you know, I've given it padding of 80 at the top, 80 at the bottom, and I will change this back to white. All right, so I'll change this back to white. Very good. Can you see that? Aha. So I think we are good to go. Maybe a final thing that I want to do. Can you see there's spacing between these guys, and these guys? There's spacing, and maybe this one is not well spaced out. So I want to add some spacing. So I want to come over here to this particular section. Sorry, this particular column. Right. I want to go to advanced, because this column will have its own settings panel too, and I want you to give it margin right. Or maybe padding, all right? You can make it padding. Do you understand? maybe okay, you can make it padding. So from here, let's give it padding. Let's give it padding. Padding right. Right. I can give it padding right of, let's say, 30. All right. I can give it padding right of maybe like 30. I can come over here and give this one to, right, padding right of. Can you see that this thing changed a little bit because there was some default padding there before? So when I unlink it, that default padding disappeared. Do you understand? So you can come over here and give it a padding left of, because this one is in the center, I want to give it left and right. So I can give it padding left of 15. I can give this one to padding left of 15. Do you understand? So that it has, it has spacing around here and spacing around here. Maybe 15 is too much. Let's give it 20. Let me give it 20 here too. Oh, that's too much. No, 15 is okay. 15 is okay. 15 is okay. Beautiful. 15 is okay. And I'm going to give this one padding left of 30. Sorry, padding left of 30. Do you understand? So they are well spaced out. Can you see? They are well spaced out. So we are done with this particular section. Can you see that? We are done with this particular section. So your assignment again is to create this section. I want you to work with me as I go. So I want you to create this section. And you know what will even be awesome? What will even be more awesome is this next coming section. This next coming section will be more awesome because it will be easier. Because majority of what we need to create this section, we've already we already have them. So what we'll just do is just to click on adding another one, but this one is a 2-column section. All right, 2-column section in that sense. What we need is, we need number one, an heading. All right, we need an heading. We need a text. All right, and we need an inner section. We need an inner section. All right, so that inner section we hold this, these 2 columns, right? And we need a button. And we need a button. Do you understand? We need a button. Sorry, we need a button. Do you understand? So from here, I can take this particular one. Sorry, from here, I can take this particular text that I've already styled, heading. I can copy it. I can copy because I've already styled this one and this one is not yet styled. I can just go ahead and click and then paste style. Not paste though. Paste style. It means I want it to look the way this has looked. I can just paste style and you can see it's going to look exactly like this. All the style that I apply to this is going to come here, but then the styling of this one is is at the center. I just need to make it not center again and make it left aligned. About us, so change this to about us. And also this particular one, I've already styled this one to be poppings and all that. I just copy this and come over here and paste style. Do you understand? So it will have the exact same style as this, which is saving me a lot of time because I've already spent time to to style this, set the font color, set the font size and all that. And I want exactly the same here. Maybe this one should be left aligned. I can just come over here and left align this. And that's beautiful. So I can also come over here and look for icon box. Icon box. I can put icon box over here. But the thing is that icon box that we want to do is kind of similar to this that we have created here. Maybe not the same. The text are a lot smaller and all that, but they're almost the same, my brother. So we can just come over here and click on copy and come over here. Since they are almost, click on Ctrl Z. All right, since they are almost the same thing, just click on left click and paste style. Boom. So it's going to get the exact same styling as this one. Do you understand? But they have to be of the same type. I can't do this, copy, and then come over here. They are not of the same type. This is not an icon box, so it will not work. So if I do paste style for this, it won't work because they are not the same. They are not of the same type. So I can come over here. Since I've already done this, I can change this to easier delivery, easier delivery, and drastically reduce the amount of text that we have there, reduce the size, the spacing, reduce the spacing, reduce the size of the icon. Do you understand? And I want to come over here too. I want to change this to, you know, easier delivery. Easier delivery. I don't know what's the icon. Maybe a house or something. Oh, I don't know. I don't know this icon. I'll focus. I don't know what this icon is, but let's just use another icon. Maybe, you know, something similar. Maybe I want to use this, or maybe warehouse or some shit. So I just want to use this. I might want to reduce the size of the icon. All right, so I might want to reduce the size of the icon to maybe like 20, and maybe I might want to, you know, adjust the spacing a little bit. Maybe come to content. Maybe reduce this spacing to like 5. I might want to reduce the size of this to maybe like 14. 14 is okay. And I might want to, you know, the title, that's the title, we are dealing with the title. So the description, this is the description. I might want to reduce this to like maybe 12. Aha, good. Good. This is awesome. All right, this is good. So I might want to, I don't know what else. Okay, I think that is good to go. So I might want to duplicate it to, you know, to deal with the second one, you know. But before that, remember that we put, you know, a padding bottom on this one, and it's already came with it over here when we duplicated the value. So what I can do here is I can reduce this. I reduce this to like maybe 20. And since I duplicated it to be on this one too, I can reduce it to like maybe, you know, I can even remove it finally because I don't really need it at the bottom here. So I already have this, so I can as well duplicate this column and remove this and delete this. Can you see? So we have it like this, right? So you can go ahead and easy delivery dispatch officers. You can change this to dispatch officers, right? Dispatch officers, and you know, you can change this to a bike. Sorry, it's biking. You can change this to a bike, and you can insert it, and you can do the same for this one. You know, same day delivery. You know, same day delivery. Same day delivery. And you can change the icon to maybe time or hourglass. Okay, yeah, that's an hourglass. You can change it to an hourglass. And the last one is customer support. Customer support. All right, and the customer support here, I think it's just an human icon. Let's say user. Okay, I don't know. Human. Okay, what's the name of that? Let's say support, or maybe call, phone. Okay, you can use some of this to, you know, signify customer support as well. Do you understand? But if we want to look for that exact one, I think it's user. Hey, user. So you can use user. So that's the exact one that we have here. So you can go ahead, and this button is too close to these guys. It's either you give these guys padding bottom, sorry, margin bottom of maybe like 30, or you give this button itself padding top, margin top of 30. All right, anyone, just to space it, it doesn't matter. So, and this one, let's change this to work with us. Work with us, but you know, we don't have to go through styling this because we already have a styled button here. Just copy this and come over here and paste style, and it's like this. But then I don't want the over. When you over this one on a white background, you know, it works here when the background was, you know, was dark a little bit, but here that the background is white, it's terrible. We are not even seeing the button, so we'll fix that. So although we copied the style, when we copied the style, everything about this button gets transferred to this button. So we need to click on it and we know what to do. All we just need to do is to come to style come to over, and I want us to deal with this. So maybe probably we want to make it, we might want to make it, this blue. I want to make it blue. So come over here. Oh, we don't have this blue. Okay, let's go ahead and, copy. This is the X code of this blue. We might save it like this. We saved the red the other time. Click on plus, right, and call it site main blue. You can call it anything you like, but me, I just like calling it site main blue. All right, so that we have it handy. So come to over and change the text to that blue. Come over here, click on this custom, and we have it here. Change it to that blue when we over it, right? And I want you to change the background. The background is still there, and I want to change the border color to that blue. Can you see? Which is a lot better. So we have that. So this other part, we are going to have an image. All right. Can you see? We're going to have an image here. So I want you to go over here, click on the Rubik's Cube icon to go to the general, elements area, and drag in an image over there. So we have an image here. Do you understand? We have an image here, and if you want this image to be centered, can you see this image is not centered with the rest of it? If you want it to be centered, click on this particular column. This is a new feature that I want to show you. Click on this particular column. You can see that this image is kind of aligned to the top, and it will make sense if this image can just move to the center with this other guys. I just want you to click on vertical align. This vertical align. Can you see vertical align? Vertical align. It is only possible inside a column. Vertical align, select middle. Can you see? It's already aligned to the middle with the rest of these guys. You want it to be aligned to the bottom, select bottom. It should be at the bottom. If you want it to be aligned to the top, select top. Do you understand? But I want it to be aligned to the middle. Beautiful. So click on here and select an image. Let me look for, let's go to Pixabay and look for the image of a bike. All right, let's see delivery bike. All right, let's search for delivery bike, and we have a whole lot of images. If we want to filter, let's come, instead of all images, we can look for maybe vector images or illustration. All right, let's click on illustration, and it's going to give us illustration images. It's going to give us illustration image type. So you can select, this is perfect. You can select this particular one. Select this particular one. It's an illustration. Can you see? Really beautiful. Click on, and I want you to click on download. Click on download, and as I have said, select this one. Select this one, this small one. That will be 78 kilobytes. Do you understand? If you need the image to be a background, you might want to select 180 by whatever, or this bigger one. But since we don't really want it to be a background like that, just click on this and click on download. So you want to make the size of the image as small as you can, so that your website can load faster. So you want to upload that image. I just simply drag it from here inside here. So the image has been uploaded, and I want to click on insert, and so I have it here. Can you see? Beautiful. Awesome. Do you understand? So maybe this is too sticking out. You might want to come here and give this particular column. You might want to give this particular column a left margin or padding. All right, you might want to give it a left padding of, let's say, sorry, not left, right. I want to give it a padding on this side so that it will move it, and it remove all the content here a little bit, so that there will be spacing. Because if you check here, there's some spacing between here and this bike. So that's what I want to do. I want to give this one a left padding of maybe about, right, because this is the right side, this is the left side. Give it a right padding of maybe like 30. Can you see? It is moving everything inside a little bit. And give this to a right padding of maybe like No, this is a left padding, sorry, and give it a left padding of 30 as well. Aha. So I think that looks good. That's okay. And one more thing I want to do, actually, that is quite important. If you see here, the background of this particular section is not entirely white. Can you see? It's not entirely white. The background is not entirely white. So I can come over here and I can click on, select color so that I can know the exact color of this background. And if I click on it, can you see the exact Xcode color is F5, F6, F8. So copy that, and I want us to come over here, select the entire section that has everything, come to style, come to background color, and I want you to paste that color there. So we have that. Can you see? Aha. Beautiful. Oh, and I don't like this. I don't like this. See, something is happening here. This image has a white background. So the white background is sticking out and I don't like it. I don't want it to be like that. I will show you how to fix it. So come over here. Now, when we have it like this, I think we need to have spacing on the top of this thing. So give this, go to general and give this a padding top of about, let's say 80, a padding bottom of about 80. So if we collapse this to C, can you see this works better now? Do you understand? This works better now. Aha. So let's deal with this image right here. Let's deal with this image. I want us to remove the background of this image so that it will, because if you see here, this one is a backgroundless image. So we can, there is, the image by default has a background. All right. The image by default has a background, but I want us to do something. There's a tool online called remove.bg. All right, remove.bg. Can you see? That's a website, remove.bg. Click on enter. So when you click on enter on remove.bg, it will automatically help you remove the background of an image. Do you understand? It will automatically help you remove the background of an image. So let me show you. So just go ahead and upload, click on upload. That image that has a background, do you understand? Let's say this image of Big Sam. All right, this image of Big Sam, and just click on it. It's actually quite awesome. It is awesome. It will remove the image, it will remove the background of the image for you. So you now have the GIF version of that image. Do you understand? You have the GIF version of that image. You can just click on download to download that. So you have the GIF version of that image. Can you see? Look at that. The background has been removed. I now have a PNG image that you can use, and that is what that's exactly what we are going to use for this one. So click on remove background. All right, and I'm going to upload another image, which is this particular one. No, this one, food delivery. So when I remove the background, it has removed the background for me. So I can go ahead and click on download. It will download it for me. And yeah, I can come over here. Can you see? If you preview this image right now, can you see the background has been removed? All right, so if you come over here to your website, let's now change this. Let's change it to the one whose background has been removed. Now it will make our website look a lot better. Can you see? Beautiful. And we can go ahead and update our changes. Do you understand? We can go ahead and update our changes. So we are getting there. We are getting there. Can you see? This is actually quite simple. So we've done this part. Now the last part we are going to do, at least what we have in this website. The last part we are going to do is this part right here. And I'm going to do something that is beautiful right now. See, come over here, and I want you to copy this entire section. See, this section already has something similar to what we are going to do here. We have an heading, a text under that heading, and 3 columns. Heading, text under that heading, and 3 columns. Is that similar to something? Heading, text under that heading, and 3 columns. So we don't need to stress ourselves. Just come over here, click on this. All right, click on this section. The section is housing all of them. Left click on it and click on copy. I want you to scroll down. I want you to come over here. This area where you are supposed to click plus, to add a new section. I want you to put your mouse there, left click on it, and I want you to click on paste. So it's going to paste this entire section. It's going to paste it as the next section for you. So what I need you to do, we are going to remove all these ones, all right, because this is not what we need. We're going to remove all this, and we're going to put a fresh new inner section inside of it, and we're going to add one more section. Can you see how much time that has saved us? Instead of dragging in something and restyling, you can just come over here and change this to pricing and change this to whatever that is, whatever content that is. So I can just come over here, click on the general the general thing, and I want you to search for pricing table. I want you to search for pricing. Oh, okay. So the pricing table widget is actually a pro widget. We are not allowed to use it because we don't have Elementor Pro. We are not using the the pro version. There are some widgets here that you cannot use, or else it is pro. Do you understand? Or else you pay for it. So they want you to pay for Elementor in order for you to access all these things. But I will show you a way around it. Just click on update. All right. We are going to install another plugin that will enable us to have access to some extra elements. Do you understand? Some extra element. And this is what I want you to do. Click on here, click on exit. So if you're exiting for the first time, it might ask you, this other or exiting option. I want you to click on apply. Just click on apply and let's go. All right, click on apply and let's go. All right, so from here, what I want you to do is I want you to come to click on this to view pages. Click on here to view pages, and I want you to go to plugins. All right, under plugins, click on add new. Under plugins, I need you to click on add new, and after you click on add new, I want you to search for Elementor Kit. All right, I need you to search for Elementor Kit. Elementor Kit is a plugin that helps you. Okay, what's the name of that? Is the name Elementor Kit? Let me remember. Okay, if you search for Elementor, I think it will bring it. I've forgotten the exact name of that plugin that will help you extend. I think this is it. Elements Kit. It's not Elementor Kit. It's Elements Kit. Elements Kit. I want you to click on install. All right, there are other Elementor add-ons that gives you more stuff to work with. All right, there are other Elementor add-ons like this ones and this ones and this ones and this ones and all that, but the one I want us to use currently right now is Elements Kit. So it is currently being installed. Remember, you have to be connected to the internet to be able to install plugins, and I need you to click on activate. And once we click on activate, you see something beautiful will happen. Once we click on activate and it is done activating, and we go back to, can you see Elements Kit is active right now, and we now have an extra stuff here. We have an extra line here that we can work with. So I want you to go back to pages. Let's go back to pages, and let's go back to the page we are working with, which is the home page. Click on edit with Elementor. So when we get back into Elementor, you will see something beautiful will happen. And that beautiful thing is the fact that we now have an extended amount of widgets we can work with. Right, this is where we are right now. Can you see this thing is still loading for us? Right, it is done loading. Now if you see, we have basic, we have pro, normal Elementor Pro feature that they say we cannot use, pricing table we cannot use, login, logout we can't use, gallery, form, and all these other ones we cannot use. Right, they say we cannot use it because we did not pay. Right, pro, that's the pro. Collapse it. This is the general, the ones they allow you to use. Right, collapse it. And we now have a brand new one called Elements Kit. Elements Kit has given us several other what's it called, several other things that we can work with, several other elements that we can work with. So several other elements that we can work with. Do you understand? And guess what? part of those elements involves a pricing table. So we can just drag in a pricing table. Can you see? Pricing table. Do you understand? That's a pricing table right there, right? So you can start messing with messing with this. You can call this maybe basic. All right, you can call this basic. And if you want to put a subtitle, I know it's not exactly what we have here. It's not exactly what we have here, but something. You can put this, you can do this, whatever. You can put this basic, basic package for small businesses. All right, price tag. This is the price tag section. You can, what is the price you want to put? The price is 5,000 and is Naira, 5,000 N. All right, and if it's per month or not per month, if it's not per month, you can put this, or you can put it / per delivery. Okay, per delivery. That's per delivery. You can put / delivery. So they will know that it's per delivery. Can you see that? Features. All right, features. Do you understand? Feature style. So if you want to put features here, you can put features here. All right, so the things that that particular thing can do, and it's a list. All right, I want to make it a list. Feature style. Do you want to make it a paragraph, or you want to make it a list? All right, you can make it a list. You can say this is what's it called? Pickup. You can put pickup. You can put some same day delivery, and so on and so forth. I'm not going to do all that for you. Do you understand? I'm not going to do all that for you because it will be so boring, right? So you get the point. I want you yourself. I want you to design this part, and when you are done designing it, you can come here to style. Maybe you want to do the background color. You might change the background color to red or whatever you want. I don't know, but don't change it. Don't change it to red. That does not make sense. White is okay. You might want to do the table title, or you might want to just table title. This is table title. Maybe you want to change it to whatever. You want to change it to red or something, but I would say you leave it like that. The only thing you can change is this one. You can change this. Maybe price tag. You can come to price tag, right? You can change the price tag. You can change the price tag to something else, right? Maybe you can come to background type. You can come to the background and maybe mess with the background. No. That's not what I want to do. That is not what I want to do. Okay, we should be able to change this background. That's what I'm saying. Let's just look at it. Price tag. We should be able to do that. Maybe duration. No. Vertical currency, color, background type. I don't know. Okay, no, that's border. No. Color. Okay, I don't think that is possible. But it should be possible. Maybe probably because I want you to do something for me. I want you to come over here and see which of these settings allows you to, change the color of this thing. I want to change it to blue, right? And see which one of them. So if I had time in this lecture, I would have gone through it and see which one actually, does that. Right, maybe probably I will stop recording this lecture. I will go through it and see which one actually affects this. And then when I'm done with that, and then in the next lecture I'm going to record, this will be the very first thing I'm going to, deal with. I hope you understand. Both of us, I see this lecture will be a go with the flow kind of lecture, right? The idea is clear. We have settings tag here that we can mess with in order to make this thing look the way we want it to look. Do you understand? And when you want to do this middle one, I want you to copy this. I want you to paste it here. And the background of this one can be blue. Make the background of this one, make it blue. All right, make it blue. And change all this text. Change all this text to white. All right, change all this text. Change them to white, right? And maybe probably you want to give it a margin. Sorry. sorry, maybe you want to give it a padding top. All right, you might want to give it a padding top of maybe like 30, so that it will have some spacing. You want to do the same for this one too, so I don't know. And yeah, you might want to give them both of them here. You might want to give them you know, some spacing in between them, so you can come to this column and give it a spacing on its left. You know, you can give it a margin on its left or a padding on its left and right. Give it a padding on its right of about maybe 20. All right, maybe 20 is even too small, maybe like 30 is okay. No, 20 is okay, because we are going to give this one to we're going to give this one to 10 here and 10 here. Do you understand? So that there will be spacing in between them. So you might want to do that. You might want to give this one, you know, border all around. Just, you know, I just want you to be creative with this particular section. All right, I'm not going to create this for you. I want you to be creative with this particular section, and I want you to, you know, create that. You know, copy this and, you know, paste that over here, and I want you to do that. And when you are done, take a screenshot of what you have done, because by then would have been done with this entire page. Do you understand? Would have been done with this entire page. Maybe you want to click on this, maybe you want to sorry, maybe you want to okay, title, maybe you want to give it padding top of about 22 or maybe 30, right? And maybe border, I don't know, solid. Nope, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. All right, this is the first time I'm editing this pricing tag though. That's why I don't know where several other things are. So we are just finding this out. Maybe I can click on this. I can come to advanced, right? I can scroll on advanced. I can scroll on border. I can give it a border type of solid, right? I can give it a border of 1, and I can give it a border color of maybe like, you know, this, right? And this looks better. I can give it a border. You know, I don't have a border, so I might want to give it spacing on the top and on the bottom. Do you understand? Maybe instead of doing remove, I will remove the padding from here, and I will come over here and I will give it a padding top of maybe like 40, padding bottom of like 40, padding left of 20, another padding right of 20. Okay, how does that look? Good. Can you see that? So padding right of 20. Can you see that? So that is getting better. Can you see that that is actually getting better? So can you see we now have this? Maybe you want to round it a little bit. You want to give it a rounded corner a little bit. Come to border here. You want to give it a border radius of maybe like 10, right? Yeah, that is it. Can you see? And you want to delete this, because this is a lot better now. Delete this. I want you to delete this and just copy this, you know, paste it here. Sorry, copy this, paste it here, and paste this one here as well. So since this is the featured one, right, this is the featured one. Since this is the featured one, I want to come over here, you know, come over here and give this to a right padding of, sorry, a left padding of 20. Since this is the featured one, come over here and make the background of this one, maybe make the background of this one blue. No, don't do the background here. Nope, don't do the background here. All right, you can come to advanced, come to background, and make the background blue over here. Beautiful. So you can make the rest of the stuffs white. All right, you can make the rest of the stuffs white. You can make the table, the pricing here, make it white. You can make the description, you know, you can make the description white. You can make the rest of the things white. You can make this one to white, right? You can make this one to white. You can make the pricing tag. All right, you can make the pricing tag. You can make it, you can give it the whatever color you like. Do you understand? You can give it whatever color you like. Currency symbol, you can give it whatever you like. You can give it whatever you like. Background, okay, border type, you know, color and all that. Features, all right, we can make the features to white and all that. You can see this is already actually coming together. So this is coming together, and I want you to, you know, just create this and be you know, be creative about it. Do you understand? And we are going to see in the next lecture. So what I want you to do after you are done, another assignment by God's grace. Of course, I'm going to explain better. I'm going to explain how these assignments will be better. But by now, by the ending of this lecture, oh my God, you should have gotten, because I took my time to understand, to explain every nitty gritty of what you need to do in order to get where you need to go. So I expect you to have a fully functioned website. All right, I expect you to have a fully functioned website. Okay, maybe I'm not going to give you assignments yet. I expect you to have a fully functioned website like this. Maybe I'm not going to give you assignments yet. What I'm going to give you, by the way, is that you get to where we are right now. Because in the next lecture, I will show you something called responsiveness. Because right now, this is how this website looks on desktop. We need to fix how it looks on tablets. When you click on this responsive icon, you know, you can see how it looks on tablets. Can you see? These are responsive icon. This is how it looks on tablets, and it sucks. You know, it's not looking good. And how it looks on mobile, that one is even more terrible. Can you see how it looks? It's not looking good on mobile. You see, it's not looking very good on mobile. So that's what we are going to do in the next lecture. In the next lecture, we are going to work on the responsive part of this. And I already told you, WordPress has a very beautiful functionality such that the way it looks on desktop does not have to, you know, affect the way it looks on mobile, such that we can we can do the settings on mobile and we can do several settings on desktop too, and they will not affect each other. Do you understand? We're going to do that in the next lecture. So for all of that and more, see me in the next lecture. Your assignment for now is to get to where we stop, which is over here. So in the next lecture, we are going to work on tablet responsiveness. So when we are done with that, we are going to work on mobile responsiveness. So by the time we are done with this, I believe strongly that you should have a very, at least a sound understanding of how to use the Elementor Page Builder interface. So from there, we are going to move to the next module, right? In the next module, we are going to start learning how to build more websites. All right. In the next module, we are going to create our first, you know, we're going to create our first, you know, project. All right. This particular project we are creating is just for us to understand everything. In the next module, we're going to create our first project. All right, which will be a CV website. So for all of that and more, I really want you to meet me in the next lecture. All right, guys.